What's going on, my friends? Cubs fan Han here for yet another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. And my friends, we are joined today by the one, the only, it's just Ian once again. What's going on, Ian?
What's going on, man? Thanks for having me.
I'm glad to have you on this video. Thanks for joining us. So guys, today what we're going to be talking about is we are going to be covering the current state of Galaxy of Heroes. There has been a lot going on in 2019, and Ian, I don't know if you're with me on this, but the dev Q&A we had recently gave me some reason to hope that this game is going to improve and some reason to be a little hesitant.
Well, there's a lot of goods and bads, but let's hold on to the goods because there's a lot of goods here.
Let's hold on to the goods.
Yes.
I'm a little bit concerned by the gesture you were making there when you said hold on to the goods.
Hey, you can take it how you want, but I'm gonna hold on to those goods. I'll do it.
All right, guys, so we're going to lean a little bit on the dev Q&A here as we talk about this. We got a few positives that we're gleaning from this and a few negatives. Starting with some positives, like Ian said, you know, we're gonna hold on to these positives. Assault battle tiers. We're gonna add a new tier of assault battles, and in on this, they also mentioned that they're looking into adding new tiers to daily challenges. Why is this a positive?
Well, you're gonna get some new content, guys. Heck yes.
New content?
New content.
What?
Let's go.
What is new content?
Well, it is one thing that we have yet to see in a long time, and it's going to be great
I like
to
how
see
at
finally.
first, when I asked you what new content is, you're like, well, it's been a while. Like, I forgot
what is new content? This should be good, guys. Assault battle tiers. It's going to be fun. I don't know what they have planned here. But I mean, you could think of it like some more mods, you know, more shards, whatever it may be. It should only be in a positive light, which would be great.
You're meaning reward wise, right? And so so very good. All right, I'm excited for that. I also really like this right here. They're talking about the Rey and Kyllo events, that it's taken a long time, and I actually like Miller's response to this. He says, we're trying something different with these characters and announcing them ahead of time. This is so players will be able to prepare ahead of time and not have to panic farm when the event is announced. Part of me buys this, part of me doesn't buy this. Like, I feel like they're still gonna find a way to make us panic farm. But that said, it's kind of like, we know these two characters are coming. We know there's going to be X amount of characters needed for them. The writing's kind of on the wall on what's probably going to be needed. So I think that's, I don't know, I kind of like them giving us that notice, even if it's not explicitly spelling it out.
Yeah, any extra time when it comes to these big events is great. You gotta love those little times and farming moments, because they're huge for free to play, and if you want to hoard, you can spend the money. You can do that too. You know, that's you can whale out, man. You can do that, but I would prefer to, you know, you can't be like everybody.
I can no longer
you can't be like Krakens.
I think it's good. Even though I'm not gonna get this anyway. I mean, I'm still trying to catch up on gas, but I think I just like them not trying to just scare people and panic. I really like that would be their motive there. We'll see how it actually plays out, though. Again, we'll have to see how it actually ends up.
We were talking about this a little bit before, where they might have it so you're gonna be able to get like one of them, like Rey or Kyllo, but to get both, you're probably gonna need to spend some money. So maybe it's gonna be like one of those things where you can probably do it mostly free to play and hoard up a lot and get like Rey or Kyllo, but getting both is probably in that cost.
And I kind of like that choose your own destiny kind of feel. Like what works for you? What do you like more? Go for that. If you need both, you can do it, but you know, maybe it's more manageable to just do the one. All right, another positive here. I think this is probably the best couple things we had come out of this. These next two are kind of linked together. But the devs confirmed here, SWGoH, that they are working on new game modes in the plural. And he also clarifies here, this was the most important part of this. He says that too early to go into details, but they are approaching this from a foundational level rather than trying to just slap a new UI on something you've already done. UI. This is dev talk for we're not going to reskin territory battles again. We're not going to reskin Grand Arena as Grand Arena championships. And I think that was the biggest, I mean, tell me if you agree. That was probably the biggest problem in 2019 is all of the content we got was reskin old stuff. Like I still enjoyed a lot of it, but it wasn't really new. It was still what we've been doing.
Nothing fresh, man. It was just like you're just doing the exact same thing for like the last 6 to 8 months. And
yeah,
I was just really hoping that time was for them to, you know, figure stuff out with like this whole relic stuff and progression system. But then this year, 2020 should be a huge, jam-packed, content-filled, and fun year. That's what I'm hoping for. And I'm really hoping for that.
And that kind of ties into the next one right here, where the devs mention that we're going to see an ocean of characters and ships. Now, I saw some speculation today that ocean might be referring to Gungans.
Oh. Jar. Let's go. Let's go.
I don't think that's what he means here.
The forehead.
Yes, Wouldn't that be funny if they brought Jar Jar to this game?
I would love that.
I might have to ask my audience if they let me wail on just him.
Oh, you got to do it. Come on, Cubs fans.
Or maybe it's an ocean. Maybe they're using that term because they know the whales are just gonna love it. You know, it's their home, an ocean of new characters. No, I think based on the mood of this post here, they're basically calling out we did not bring enough content in 2019. And we want to improve on that this year. I can't think of a better thing they could have possibly said to me in this Q&A.
And a lot of these, not just in that post, but they're feeling self-aware. They're being self-aware here. They've seen what it was in like the last few months, pretty much, or last 6 to 8 months, however long it was. And they've seen that, and they want to turn that around. And I feel like they're actively trying to do that, no matter,
you don't see that a lot from CG too. I mean, a lot of these things are kind of obvious to us. We know, well, duh, they didn't bring enough content, but they don't usually come out and say it like this. So I think it's refreshing.
That's a positive.
Now, another item on our list here. Now we kind of disagree on this one. I see this as a very positive thing. You have a little bit of a different take. I'll let you give your opinion on it. But the Relic Abilities are shelved right now. They're on the back burner. I personally see this as a very, very positive thing because relics to me have just crunched the end farming of this game so much that I just don't feel like I can ever catch up. And if we're going to add 3 more tiers to that or whatever that's going to add the Relic Abilities, it just feels too overwhelming to me. So as where I sit as a player, from a player standpoint, seeing that they have shelved Relic Abilities was music to my ears. Now, I don't think you would disagree with that take, but you kind of had a different angle on why you might want Relic Abilities.
Yeah, so I don't hate the idea of them holding it off for a while.
Okay.
But when you're saying like more levels, I think levels and abilities are a bit different. I think abilities is more along the lines of, like, for example, like getting a Relic 7, and then boom, you get an ability when you hit that level.
So you think the abilities would just show up? Because what I'm pretty sure it will be is with Relic Abilities is that's going to hit at level 10.
Okay, Well, that's the thing then. If it's that way, then I'd be very, very negative towards that.
Okay, so we're on the same page. So if it is, and I would agree with you. If they're just going to slap abilities on all our Relic 7 characters, I can dig it. But what I picture this as, because they've said before, that it's not just going to be Relic Tier 7. There's going to be, more. 8, 9, 10, however much they want. And if it's going to be Relic 10, and then we've got to farm so much more stuff to get there, and the Relic abilities...
That'd be awful.
That would be awful.
For at least another year or two. Yeah, in that sense, for sure.
Give it time. Yeah, we've increased from Gear 13 to Gear 20 already. Let's not go to Gear 50 in the same year.
Yeah. Well, we had that thing a while ago. What was it, like a bug or not a really bug? Just the Treya thing, right? Where she had that one little ability. I was thinking along the lines of that. And if that's like a, Relic 7 or whatever the relic may be for that ability, I'm okay with that. But like what you said, I'm not totally on board with that at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, good. Well, Ian, you've redeemed yourself. I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm buying this, but yeah, I could see where you're coming from there. All right, here we go. Next up, Hyperdrive Bundle. We're talking about that, including Zeta materials, first pay-to-play Zeta materials we've seen for most of the world. Now, it's important to note that I believe there was an experimental pack in Japan for a time where you could buy Zeta materials. And so a lot of Japan guilds are just full of way more Zetas than everyone else now. But they talked about how they've debated selling Zetas. This is pretty concerning if they start doing that. Would you agree?
It is quite scary. It is quite scary. It is. I don't like it. Man, I don't know.
There has to be something that you can't wail on, and I think that's something that I love about Zetas. Is it's one thing that you still just money can't buy to a certain extent. You just have to put the time in like everybody else to get it. Everything else you can get. You got your gear, you got your Zetas, you got your shards. Everything else is very, very whaleable. Yes. So I don't know, but the comforting thing about it is they do say right here, when and how we do this is still in question. So if it does come, probably not happening anytime soon.
Yeah, and there's another question that we're gonna get into, and another negative thing. And people are asking these questions. They're just beyond me, man. Honestly,
yeah.
I don't know if it's like a planted CG guy in there, or if it's
they've got plans. They don't show screenshots of this. They could just have anybody they want type in the question now. All right, we're answering. They didn't answer my question. I don't blame them.
They didn't answer mine either. They didn't. I was wanting to know.
They don't
more
like
about,
YouTubers.
They don't.
You're one of us now. You're one of us.
I guess so. Yeah.
All right. Another negative that we saw from this. Let's see here. It was the mod cap. This isn't a huge deal, but the devs did say straight up they do not plan on tackling the mod cap. I just think that it's not the end of the world, but why? Why do we need to have the mod cap that low? Like, I know that there's some reasons why it's, some technical things. Somebody explained it to me once on why they have one, but why not increase it is just kind of beyond me because of how many mods we've got and how long we've been farming these things and how hard it is to find a good mod.
Gosh, that's one thing too, like going back on the Zetas a little bit. Like, that's like another thing that I like about mods. It's not really a whale or Kraken type of, territory. Like, you can be somewhat, just a typical player, and you can get some good mods. And that's what I like about mods. And the fact that we have a mod cap right now still, and 5 years in playing this game, it is beyond me, man. It is something I feel like we need to go really, really bad.
Man, that ish is outdated.
That's just outdated.
That's outdated. All right.
It is.
All right. Our last takeaway from the dev Q&A: crystal income. Now, a disclaimer I will give on this is that they did say straight up they do not have a plan on doing this right now. But you can see based on this response from Top Hat, it has been a hot topic of discussion, which makes me think that it is something they're going to do eventually. I'm glad they're not doing it now. I see it as a positive in the sense that they're not doing it now, but how would you feel if they announced that Squad Arena, Fleet Arena no longer hold crystals, and now it's going to be entirely in Grand Arena or new game modes coming?
I would say you just lost 75% of your players right there. Straight up, that's just how important arenas are, in crystals. Yeah. Crystals are what make this game, what will make this game. It spins the wheels on, your farms and being able to do refreshes on every of your, just everything pretty much. Crystals.
And this is something I think that, I don't know if people appreciate this, but if you really spend some time and think about it, this is something that I would have a hard time with if I was working at CG. Balancing the economy of this game, and the longer the game has been around, it's like they're actually balancing the stock market. Trying to make sure that the value of the crystal is high enough, and when they introduce new ways to obtain crystals that are through playing the game instead of spending money, how much is that going to undermine the purchases and all, and so they've got so much to manage here with this. So I think they're really scared to touch it. And
you know what? Just be so scared to not even touch it, because this is going to be kind of like going back, what was it, a couple years ago to the tank raid, getting rid of those challenge pieces.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the exact same thing, but times 10 or times 100. It's awful. I don't like. See, this question, the Zeta question, really kind of you can say just pissed me off.
You're a really positive person. And
I really like to be. These are really.
You're getting tilted.
Me.
I think I need to come over to Utah and give you a back massage. Like, it's okay, man. It's just a digital crystal.
It is. It is.
No, I agree. I think it'd be risky to touch it, and I don't think that they will. anytime soon. But I do think what I would love to see is more ways to obtain crystals other than Squad Arena, because I feel like the way to handle this is not to take crystals away from Squad Arena, is to just add crystals in other areas so that you don't have to do Squad Arena if you don't want to. I think Squad Arena, Fleet Arena are kind of more outdated modes right now. Like it's merging into late game being more about having a full complete roster, not just having one roster. I mean, I beat guys in Squad Arena that would absolutely, utterly annihilate me in Grand Arena. I've got no business beating this guy. Yeah. But because I've got one team that can beat his one team, I can take him down. You know, and so... Yeah, and that's for the crystals.
I would like that too, getting more modes to get crystals and not just, take
totally.
Away. Yeah,
yep.
For sure.
All right, so that is our current state of Galaxy of Heroes. If you would sum it up right now, do you feel like the game is in a good place?
I think this is probably one of the best spots, starting at a low point, going to a high point, and making that high point. We're at the very low. It can only go up, I think, from here. Yeah, that's a good thing.
Okay, yeah, so the current state of Galaxy Heroes, bad, but after this Q&A, they hit on some things I think that are good. I'm hopeful that we could be in a much better place. So, well, Ian, I really enjoyed this video with you today. I think maybe we could have a regular State of Galaxy of Heroes address, cover the latest dev Q&A, see how things go throughout the year.
I'm totally down. I love being on here.
All right. Well, check out Ian's channel if you guys have not already. Link is down below in the description. Thanks again for joining me for this one, ladies and gentlemen. If you did enjoy the video, I would very much appreciate it if you gave a like to this video. It does help the channel. It helps put food on the table for the kids, you know, all of that. Just, you like the kids, give them a like, all right? All right, everyone, thanks again for joining me. And as always, my brothers, don't forget